Romane.
Gas. Aja gas kah?
Kan du ska det. Insen gal. Inte koncept den network wireless då. Det kan jag se. Sen på YouTube live till dina ting då. Dina ting gör det som den ting den på YouTube så då får screen share. Ke så det microphone kommer ju.
Microphone det quality är.
Kodja när jag sa till den där speaker det jag sa nu jag gör något. Jämba ke så där mara.
그래서 저 디자도 다르게 매셔로. 나게디 야게 민 캠era 안에 가져 Alo. Nga kunju song yong sa mai ta chang ta chen ne ma. Alo. Ni kan ta jogo da. Okay.
So we got the Wi-Fi to work.
Okay.
And switched. It's working now. But now this thing stopped working, so I don't know. I guess. So what we are planning to do is we log into YouTube. So we stream into YouTube and we watch YouTube here and just project back there.
Okay.
So it's going to be a little delayed, but
okay.
better than that.
So like the hard line wouldn't work if
after
that was also
kick you out.
Yeah, after I connect the router, somehow kicked out.
But your router is now on hardline, so that's good.
Yeah.
Something is.
Yeah.
Okay.
That one's for Rinpoche. For the microphone.
Yeah, for his holiness.
Holiness.
Just need to know like when to put it on him.
Oh, the 1 o'clock is coming. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can give it to.
He's got time.
I mean, you can leave it there. I can give it to him later.
Okay.
Yeah, I think.
And It'll just stay on. I have it muted.
Okay, that mute is good. Just hiding somewhere.
Yeah, so will he be in that kind of outfit? Like his clothes?
Yeah.
Okay, so just kind of like
Just like that. Okay.
close as you can to the throat.
Okay. Sounds good. I will just hide.
Alright, thank you.
Yeah.
If I see y'all needing help, I will come help.
Yeah. Thank you.
they tripod iPad center.
간디라. 이렇게 센터리야.
iPad는 만 말이야 iPhone.
총 작설이. 치 작설이.
바로 제가 갈 수 있는데.
이거 하면 되니?
내는 이야기 안 된다. 땡사 지우 탄.
아니, 저게 네 자신은 지.
지금 대야로 와. 내 가져 야야 야사 가시는.
근데 저 지라는데
iPad는 컨트롤 셔야 되는 야로 와. 그래. 야, 되는 메인 카메라 때 가져 되는 야로 와. 임바가 야사티 야야야. 소카로 야. audience 소카로 와. 제야 close up 찍으러. 아니 그다음에 switch 찍어. entonces ya pego 와. ya pego cuando te yeah they can see on online yes online YouTube yeah no actually
this one.
Sersa TC okay Sersa TC that's the YouTube we broadcast yeah
Don't forget subscribe.
don't like and subscribe I'm joking I said like and subscribe
Just don't forget subscribe.
yeah I know thank you I know首先要平稳哇平稳这 camera 这手卡落也给压了哇这都当的拍压有了那卡落人都是北京些那么压拍的点 camera 手卡落就对北京些对卡做 switch 些那么压平当的对卡 switch 些
你今天让我下去我让你下去玩
这可以对 speaker
Speaker okay
speaker
你这个너무 좋아
speaker 그 다牛这家现发现给结果上桥了对吗感觉蛮就是贵点呢让给对面那么的桥了
你看到这个是
就得看
这在家门的office 뭐 좀
안 됐다 내 갈지
고사래 마이크로폰 너지 마이크 지나 이게 Lo-Gyama 보이네 고래 고사래 보지 마라
wireless microphone 돼 가지
와이스 마이크로폰 돼 띵 아니 파스 게 주시 이거는
알아서 여러
저러
알아서
네도
되는 야 저러
되는 자
또 practice 이거 제 camera 때 파킹 camera 야야지 여러
네
camera 때 로그지 야야 좀
네 약속돼 저는 니가 저는 여기
흉 같이 근데 지금 전에로 아이폰 되는 시야로 야랑 양
흉거 말이야
네.
저런 흉거 어르시 않는 야랑네 양껏 술래기 말아
아니면 그냥 다야 말
하루에 왜
열이 네 이게 너도 간 되는 게
아니 이 마이크로폰에 가서 안 들지 않게
마이크로폰 되지 않고 같이 그 메인 스위치로 테스트 제거도 맞아 마이크로폰 딱단 도요 네 도지 지 유튜브나 테스트 게 딱단 도 the screen screen do야지. 맞네. Chứ phone thì camera there Wi-Fi around screen development 가래때 screen large alla mitte jete display brightness display and brightness display brightness right there
30 seconds unlock never lock
Terindo kawan display brightness kawan never lock jete oh lock in 30 seconds lamdo never lock che No, the Wi-Fi connection.
Everyone here, welcome to this great event of empowerment of longevity Buddha Lo-Gyama. Before I start some introduction on conduct and attitude, to the preparation for the upcoming initiation, first I would like to say some prayers by myself. And excuse me for that. Katin Sunda Majiba, Kamsun Chuchi Jabu, Tinchen Sawe, Lami Shajindu, Tima Mebalan, Go Rabdu to the Gosum Kuba Chimbiun, Cha Sashin Chasun Chivo, Seravne Sera Tamjetu, Tuji Jesu, Sunshin Chinchi Labranzetu, so. Kanki Shazan Tawe Mingam Kesar Zumbe, Nantrashin, Simbe, Siwe, Simru Savin, Rokum Mekin, Tuchuru, Tuji Dama, Kuni, Churin, Jitin, Sumji, Kon, Chapi, Tuan Pema, Karbo, Shapi, Tirin, Dali, Soro, John, Ujin, Solin, Pime, Dombo, Sera, Javin, Namdu, Ranjon, Jindu. Senda Piji, Chingur, Yonzo, Pema, Junin, Dali, Bezoro, John, Java, Kunji, Yantin, Chiti, Cherab, Chuchi, Yama, Jansul. Longjin Ramjan Shala Sawati Chomi Shara Shoki Mudu to Marvisiki Shara Mila Shara Kundu Zamba Minum number Chuchi Javi Tinen to Zeba. Jambar Jibin do Jerusoa, the Yundin Sanji Kundanyana, Katin Sanji Kunen Labing. Savi Lama Namla Soa, Dim Dason Drobe Lona Chula, Najitu Champion Bimala, Ariasapa Zome. Nimbu Timba Pelanda Java, Peman Nurbu Shabla Soa, Peman Nurbu Shabla Soa, Peman Nurbu Shabla Soa. Kanda Choju Tongi Jidena, Deje Lomar Chuba Khan Suda, Tendir Timbi Chuji Charbe, Sember Deba Tamjin Dirje, Namaria Tamba, Lai Ketan Ludan Nijin, Trum Tata Mi Kenamda, Doa Kunji Daki Chinamber, Tamji Ketun Daki Chutun Do. So, the first, please generate the bodhicitta heart mind in order to listen this conduct and attitude. As usual, when we say generate the bodhicitta heart mind, I would like to speak a little bit about that, which will be the same thing when I talk about the conduct and attitude. For example, attitude. Before we start the initiation, it is very important. We are all supposed to generate the bodhicitta heart mind. What that really means, the generate the bodhicitta heart mind. Intention or the purpose why we are here and engaging this very important initiation is not anything like selfish reason, but it is supposed to be the benefit for all sentient beings. We are here gathering. So now also I would like to say how this event, me being here, how can I benefit over there, out there, all the sentient beings, if I just say that. It's quite similar to if I give you some metaphor, like say mother bird leaving their chicks behind in their nest and looking for food. And when they are flying away from the nest, while she is flying away from the nest, every single moment her mind and heart is with her chicks. And while she is going away from her chicks, doesn't mean she's not caring about her chicks, but she's actually going away to take some responsibility to bring some food. It is quite the same way. Reason why we are not out there helping other people, other all the sentient beings physically, but instead sometimes we come to this kind of event like empowerment, or sometimes maybe we are doing our own solitary retreats or practicing in your own shrine. That whole intention is to go to get some food, like that idea. The get the food is sentient beings are not suffering from lack of any physical food, but actually it is quite obvious today, especially sentient beings are suffering the lack of mental food or emotional food, isn't it? Like see how much mass shootings are going around in this country, and also see how many wars are happening in the world. There's nothing to do with the physical food, isn't it? But it's obviously, absolutely, there's something lack of mental food or emotional food that is none other than wisdom. So, for us, how can we provide this mental food or the wisdom food for all sentient beings if you and I ourselves haven't any accomplishment? Then how can we provide that kind of wisdom food for others? Isn't it important you and I should fly away from the sentient beings and get those wisdom food first? So every moment and every second when we involve to get this wisdom or the mental and emotional food, such event like this by His Holiness Sakya Trichen Rinpoche, it's just not a small amount of food, it's the kind of abundant feast of wisdom. So we are here to receive the blessings from such masters like His Holiness, from the intention of true and genuine love and compassion and care for the entire sentient beings. So then in that way, if we have that attitude, and that is what we call bodhicitta. And then also, that is usually the conduct and attitude, the way it is described from the words of my perfect teacher by Zapata Rinpoche. The conduct started first, but here I am starting with attitude, because that attitude also necessary, not just only that initiation, but every good karma, good deeds, like even this class right now I'm preparing, even in the future when you are giving a piece of biscuit to anyone, even to the squirrel or rabbit or anywhere, birds, feeding seeds to the birds, even those times that attitude of love and compassion is necessary. But when we say bodhicitta, the true love and compassion, sometimes, if I'm not wrong, there's a huge misunderstanding between the attachment and love and compassion, the true love and compassion. What, in my understanding, the differences between the love and compassion versus the attachment, or the true love and compassion, especially like bodhicitta quality of love and compassion versus the attachment. We think, I love my family, I love my friends, this is bodhicitta. Possibly that's bodhicitta, but this is a little more like attachment. But having those attachments, what's wrong? We think. But how can we define that attachment but not the bodhicitta? When there is an attachment without the bodhicitta, then there's also simultaneously behind the screen, there's also lots of anger and hatred. Like that kind of attachment, love and compassion is quite like pendulum like other side is anger and hatred. For example, if I love one person, obviously there's other parties and challengers and opposition. How much I love this one small group of people, equally I will hate the other group, whoever trying to attack, And then that's why that is attachment. It's not the bodhicitta. And then we think, oh, what's wrong having that attachment? Seems like that's very peaceful and loving things. We should have that more and more. But it's quite similar to gasoline. Gasoline versus water. I love to use metaphor actually, excuse me. My favorite thing is metaphor. And gasoline looks like water. What's wrong with gasoline? It looks very good. Let's take a bath with gasoline. Take a shower with gasoline. What's wrong with gasoline? It just exactly look like water. Actually, you need a smallest spark of fire. It will burn everything out so quickly due to the power of gasoline. Quite similarly, with the more we have attachment on only a few number of people, the more we have that attachment, the more power there is that can generate a huge fight. Possibly sometime that cause can make them kill each other. There are probably a lot of stories we know sometime in our history. Sometime they love each other, they can die for each other. But in the end, the reality story is they kill each other, kind of like, because that attachment was too severe and too intense, I guess. So which is quite like a gasoline. But now bodhicitta, when we say, it's not only for few number of people or being, but all sentient beings. All sentient beings, when we say, especially the most important area, the all sentient beings we should be included is the people who we don't like. Especially that if I have so much love for, there's only few number of people, my family or my friend, of course there's some opposition parties, and we try to expand our heart to include those opposition too. That means include all sentient beings. If we are able to include the all sentient beings, then it is called bodhicitta. Then that is definitely not attachment, because there's not even a single quality of hate be possible in that situation, because there's no other parties where you can compare and consider as a enemy or whatever, you know. So then that is called bodhicitta. So that's the bodhicitta. Here it was required to receive this empowerment. And then when we say generate the bodhicitta heart mind, that kind of level of bodhicitta we're supposed to bring here. Here actually my intention today to, like, as Tibetan Association, Colorado Tibetan Association asked me if I can speak some for the preparation for the empowerment. So I was greatly honored to having this opportunity. And then here I'm just talking a little bit about this bodhicitta, which is extremely important, not only today, but also in everyday life. And then there are few important differentiations I made. Correct me in the future if I'm wrong. I believe I'm in the right spot, and I did not make any wrong here. There's many different ways to speak about the bodhicitta. This is probably based on the true teaching of the Buddha, but it is my own commentary or my own way of expressing what exactly bodhicitta. And I also have spent enough time in America, so I know a little bit. Sometimes people have some misunderstanding between the attachment and then bodhicitta, love and compassion. In that way, I try to differentiate with some metaphors. So now I will also, looking at the time, I will speak only half an hour, and after that I will prepare some prayer for during the empowerment, what prayers we should get ready. And then also conduct. Okay, first let me finish a few more attitudes. This is Mahayana Bodhisattva's attitude. But now, since this initiation is coming from Vajrayana, then we also must have some attitude from Vajrayana, secret Mantrayana. There are 5 perfections is quite important to have during this initiation. So the 5 perfections are the teacher, the teachings, and then Sangha, the audience, and then place, and then time. How may we view all of these? We're supposed to view these all like a perfect level, which means the teacher, Vidyadhara, Vajradhara, Sakya Trichen Rinpoche, who is not just only for the initiation, but in reality, it is truly unbelievable enlightened being in human life. There's no doubt about it. Probably there are maybe many different ways to value how we view His Holiness, but personally, I feel this way, that all the masters, especially those who came from Tibet during 1950s, in that golden era, their kind of first, of course, even their own previous lives are amazing. And also, this particular life, the way they were raised, of course, it was a very difficult time, but even in that difficult time, the condition was also 100% perfect. These masters, like His Holiness, surrounded by all the true enlightened beings. And then during his, training, of course, there was no cell phone, there was no computer. There's not so much like today's distractions are available. And then it's very pure environment. And then this is how he was trained. Not only he's a great master from the bone, but also he's kind of hearing, contemplation, and meditation, all the retreat, and all the training. Like if you read his biography, he actually been through like one ordinary monk, like studied and practiced, put all this hard work. And then pretty much all the masters of that golden era actually raised in that situation. Now, especially today, personally I feel, now how many of them are left? Many of them are already passed away. I feel even more sort of like value or feeling like let's not waste it. Let's not take it for granted. It's unbelievable that His Holiness actually came here. Now even this is third time. How fortunate. And also, I truly, deeply appreciate our Tibetan Association who is organizing, and also Sakya Trichen, the Sakya Plus Association here, and Kuncho Tenzin, the former vice president, former president of Tibetan Colorado Tibetan Association, because of their effort. Now, such great master is available here to us, and this is amazing and great opportunity. And truly, he is a great enlightened master. And such master is here, and there's no difficulty to view him as absolutely enlightened being. So that perception, if you have, then that's all. That's the first perception, pure perception we needed today. This particular subject, even I don't know how may I express, I don't have even a word, but I am speaking to you that what I believe, that is very important when we teach the Dharma. We are not just teaching Dharma that I don't believe. If I do, that could be academic, like college or university subject. But in Buddha Dharma, we're supposed to speak what I really believe it. And this is what I believe it. And anyway, so now that's the first perception, pure perfection of the Guru. And then also the teaching, the empowerment, what he is going to give us is truly amazing. And from this empowerment, can we enlighten? Yes, we can. So such teachings that could enlighten us, like that teachings we are receiving, that's the second perception. we should also feel this is the most important teaching that we are receiving, or empowerment we are receiving. And then third one is the place. Anyway, it's so beautiful here, Hotel Marriott. You know? And then it's a beautiful place. And then we should also visualize this as a pure ground. Like, you know, if you believe it, then it is real. If you don't believe it, nothing is real. So why don't we just believe it that way? You know? So those who are even in the heaven or pure realm, if they don't believe it, they must be suffering like a hell in the heaven probably. It's only the way they can change their perception or not. And this is the heaven. This is the pure realm. Like we should believe that. And then also the Sangha, the audience that who here we are gathering, especially for yourself and all the other audience here, looking at each other as just before enlightened being, like 10 Bhumi Bodhisattvas. We should also view each other as we are very near to be enlightened, like that kind of fortunate beings are gathered together here. That's the fourth. And the time, and this is the perfect time of enlightenment. You know, probably this time from here, when we leave, we are all being enlightened, like that kind of perception and motivation we should carry. And those are the 5 perceptions. And when these 5 perceptions are there, which I also sometimes wondering, sometimes even 5 people gather with this pure and beautiful perception. I wonder it is that power of that purity, pure perception itself will purify, even if there is any toxic. Those be purified and washed out immediately by the power of that 5 people's perception, I guess. Now imagine if when we gather all the people here, a couple hundred people, imagine if we all have that level of positive and pure perception, imagine what would happen, I'm not sure. Especially above all of us when His Holiness is giving us this powerful blessings and empowerment. So that pure perception or the positive mind is extremely important. That's also the attitude of secret mantrayana. So now it's already 12. And now also I will say a few things about the conduct. During the empowerment, not so much, but I will say a few things. During the empowerment, it may be very appropriate that, let's say, I will just demonstrate a little bit that here we don't have a very much big space where we can do full prostration. Prostration would be very appropriate, if you like, during before His Holiness, once before the empowerment starts, when His Holiness arrive here, we all should stand up, like, you know, and then we should perform such like folding hands and do this, 1, 2, and 3, and bow, like, you know, 3 times the place wherever you are, all right? And then, so anyway, these, like we will do like this 3 times, which we consider as it's kind of like how much do we have the value of this empowerment? I can give everything for trade. I will give my body, I will give my speech, I will give my heart and mind for this blessings. But when we have that level of what you call value, why we need that value, again. I have something more to talk, but I want to speak a little bit on that too. It's very interesting. I mean, these areas, usually I never have to think about how to explain in Tibetan communities. But for here, if especially those who are new to Buddhism, then why we need this actually? It's kind of like our mind and emotion is quite like a metal. And then the Vajra master are like an artist. This metal mind, which is unshaped but very hard, like holding with the ego, the artist cannot mold it into a beautiful shape. The shape maybe we have right now could be, I'm bad, I'm wrong, I'm awful, blah, 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 all these thoughts we have. But we need to make a new shape by this great master, the great artist. But in order to pass this metal in the hand of this great artist, what kind of metal should we give? Melt it. Melt it. What means melting? Like all the 5 perception I mentioned, and having so much faith and give yourself 100%. It doesn't mean you're really literally giving everything, but mentally and emotionally, at least for the event, you're 100% giving, like you are actually letting go your ego and fear. That's meaning melting. The metal is become like a liquid. And then the great master is more like an artist who will shape into a new form that would be Amitayus Buddha. But anyway, there's more to say. But that's in that reason, this whole attitude and the conduct, the way we are actually bowing, and all these are sort of like requires. Now also, there are a few more to say, but time is short. I will go with first. Have you kind of scanned or IQ? Is that what you call? What is that called? That prayers in the computer, in the phone? Have you? The Chobala Dvela. The Karsa Mazo Peja Dinzo Parigyapsazne. Chobala Dve. Okay, Maya, can you go outside and ask for that, what you call? Yeah, can you pass? Okay, maybe then here you will get, what is that called? QR code, okay. So there will be a piece of paper where you can actually scan like a QR code that you will see all the prayers in your cell phone. We prefer to do in this manner is because we don't want to pass some physical book that could cause problems, especially this time. That's why we prefer to have everything on your phone. In that prayer, from the beginning, if you see, I want to go through a little bit so that way during the event you will not be confused. And then during the event, middle of the event, I'm not sure how comfortable I will be talking too much in front of His Holiness. But then if you have everything on your handy, so that will be the best thing. But I will kind of go through a little bit so that way later you will not be confused. Here, Hallie, where's the books? Okay, can you bring it here, please? Bring them here. Okay, and give 2 copies to them. And then, okay, now bring it here. Okay. In that copy, now we need to quick for maybe in 10-15 minutes I have to close it. Yeah, can you leave this here on the table? Or maybe you should keep it with you right now. The 37-point mandala offering. This mandala offering, there will be 2 times we will be offering mandala. One in the beginning of the empowerment, another one in the end of the empowerment. Those two mandala offering means, one is meaning of please give us the empowerment, like requesting. During that time, we are offering the mandala. When we say mandala offering, we are basically offering entire universe to the Vajra Master in order to receive the empowerment. Now, after we receive the empowerment, then there will be a second mandala offering, means thank you so much, like appreciating, and we are making this mandala offering. If you know now, this is how it's quite common in every empowerment initiation, wherever you go, that is kind of thing. And also, now page number 4, if you see, page number 5, I'm sorry. Can you see the page number 5, please? Page number 5, here it said, to be said after receiving empowerment and to be said when requesting empowerment. End of the page number 4, there's one line said, to be said when requesting empowerment. And this is what first mandala offering when I do, that time this is what we are going to be saying. It will be all Tibetan, but when you are reading in English, this is what you should look at, page number 5. The first mandala offering to the Lama, inseparable from the chief of the mandala, in order to request this profound and ripening empowerment. Then you skip the next line. You understand? Then you will go, I offer. Can you see that? Because the next line will be, after receive the empowerment, then we will be reading. So that way, first time when we read this mandala offering, we will be skipping the to be said after receiving empowerment. That whole section we will be skipping and going to, I offer. Please accept it with compassion for the benefit of beings. That's how we are going to say. But now, second time when we offer the same mandala offering from the beginning, then we will be skipping the first line, page number 5, that we will be skipping this to the Lama, inseparable from the chief of the mandala, in order to request the profound and ripening empowerment. That line will be skipped. We will go to the next, that is, to the Lama, inseparable from the chief of the mandala, having received this profound and ripening empowerment, I offer. See? Okay. So now that is one you should understand when we offer the mandala later. Okay. So after that, second time when we do, then it will be like also long, we are asking His Holiness to live long. Then all the our Tibetan people will be offering some special offerings. That time we will be chanting long life prayers of His Holiness Dalai Lama and His Holiness Sakya Kumarum, which is long life prayers. We will be repeating, like you can see, page number 6, Dalai Lama's long life prayer, and page number 7, His Holiness Sakya Trichen, which is long life prayer. That long life prayer will be repeated a little bit. Then we will continue praying for the long life for all the enlightened masters. Okay? So after then, It will end by page number 11. So now, page number 12, the Dharani of Amitayus. From here to end, after you receive the empowerment, then if you want to carry on your practice, and this is your practice you can keep in your future, like whenever you need to pray for long life for yourself or family members or whoever. So then you can practice this one. This is sort of like the sadhana prayers that you can keep. Also, one thing that we are receiving empowerment is not just receive empowerment, but we also have some responsibility. Say, for example, when we buy a car, if you never drive that car and park all the time, why did we buy the car? Almost the same way, when we receive the empowerment, but afterwards, if we never practice, then why did I receive the empowerment? Receive the empowerment because I practice. And this is the practice that you can keep. In this practice, there are 3 longevity Buddhas mantras involved, and there's opening prayers, and there's main practice mantras, and in the end, there's a dedication of merit prayer in that. So that is it. Now this is my introduction for this prayer book, and then last night finally we were able to complete it by 11 or 11:30. Hopefully there's not any error. So I guess now it's very okay. Since there's few more minutes, there's something again very important to say. I want to say that when we receive empowerment, what exactly empowerment is? Like actually, in a philosophy books, there's different terms being used, but I want to use something a little different than that, but same meaning to especially those who are very new, they can understand better, I guess, and easier. That is, in Mahayana Buddha Dharma, and of course the Vajrayana Buddha Dharma, what is our basic principle of view is you and I, and we all sentient beings are primordially enlightened and pure and perfect, nothing wrong. That is our Buddha nature. But that is temporarily hidden, like sun hidden behind cloud. That nature, how may I know that? Where is it? Then sometime, don't you have some feeling very much care and compassion for some beings? Do you feel a little bit caring, feeling compassion and love for some suffering sentient beings? Do you have? If you have, that is one. That hidden sun is slowly a little bit shining. And also, do you feel this whole samsara is quite impermanence or illusion or emptiness? Or these are wisdom. That wisdom and that compassion is in union. So there's there's a lot of thing to speak about it, but make it brief. That quality, we all have it. No matter how horrible human being if there is, they also have it. That kind of quality is there, that soft quality. That is actually the sign of some goodness. We all have that. But that seed could be expanded. There's not one single sentient being, those who don't have that positive quality. Every sentient being. That is what we call Buddha nature. And in Vajrayana, that seed could be more manifested. But that seed is what we call is seed syllable. For example, Amitayus, longevity Buddha seed syllable is, there's one particular letter, Shri, red Shri. It is in that shape hidden in us. That seed, say for example flower seed, if you have in a plastic bag, that will never grow from the plastic bag until that seed put in a very perfect soil. Putting that seed in the perfect soil, that event is called empowerment. Isn't that right? That seed planting, putting in a perfect soil, that event is being called empowerment. Today, this event is so important is the seed of enlightenment of Buddha Amitayus, longevity Buddha, that we all have, is going to be putting in a soil, a perfect soil. But after putting in the soil, then it will slowly grow, or it will manifest all the beautiful qualities like flowers and green leaves and everything, and fruits. Once it all manifested, that is Buddha Amitayus, that you and I putting seed today, but after that it is important to give water. What is that water? And abandon all the violence and adopt all the love and compassion, especially the bodhicitta earlier, what I have mentioned. Bodhicitta, that kind of love and compassion. And bodhicitta, putting effort on those areas, then also engaging in the sadhana puja or prayers and practice and cultivating lots of devotion and love and compassion, then it will expand and open and unfold all the true quality of the Buddha Amitayus from us. Then one day, that when you and I be enlightened in the form of Buddha Amitayus, that may be meaning of what you call manifest the seed into fruits and flower, right? So is that making sense? Now what is empowerment and how important it is? So this is kind of the event we are going to take place. Now I must stop here. Time is very soon. And before that, I will kind of conclude here with the dedication of merit for today's class. And thank you very much for all you came. And I hope that my simple few introduction may you benefit some and prepare our upcoming event. Thank you so much. And let's dedicate the merit here. Sunamdi tamji zibani tunni bedanam bamji chegana chembalong tubai sibe solen to control show ringing kesundi into a kuntatu tambi chudamita shiraji tunin zobatari chungan robenji den zebasho sanji tembata shinge basho sinjin tamji dishin jibasho mindan sili chilo chibasho raji tunin mijin dubasho chewa kundu yandalama dami chuchi palama sadanam chinin den rodo palden lami kubanyo tabsho bedar sadu samaya mani balay bedar sadu Sudokoya mebo, Sudokoya mebo, Naradu mebo, Sarvasudi mere, Sarvakarma Sudam, Sudam Shiriyam Kuru, Ha Ha Ha, Hu Bangavin, Sarvatadam Badam, Bedar Mamam, Benzim Bawa Ma, Samaya Sadhu, Bendar Sadhu, Om Bendar Sadhu. Thank you very much, everybody. I wish we have more time to talk about question answer, but I guess not today. Okay, thank you very much. Not I4.
Info, okay.
So, in Meredith, take this away too. Oh, this one probably. See.
스크린 상을 샤노래.
알레 우리 스크린 좀 Hello. 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 여기 있어. 근데 내가 산점. 그래서 살도 오는 잡지 주죠.
근데 제대로 그렇지.
그래서 또 주다다. 그것도 없이 저는 지었지.
네, 앉아서.
그대로.
담배 마이크폰 영어나.
예.
네, 그 마이크폰. Te canto llame. Ven acá.
망치는 거죠?
아,
당연히 말고
나 라이브 반복 갈 때는
연주가 되죠. 단순히 너희들이
라켓을 다 떠서
Hello, 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 hello. Cái máy apa tidak lebih?
Mana?
Ya. Gimana tidak lebih? Yang usia ni lah sukses. Usia. Mau sukses lah. Kan. Mau dia kerja. Mau dia men.
Do not disturb Jayo.
Oleh. Hello, hello. 밑에대.
kept singing the way. Hello. Kanri Rave Kobe Shingam so Panda de Wamalu Jumene, Cheresiva Tenzi Gato, Shabe Keke, Parto, Tinguji. Nawan Kutu, Hurry, Kuni, Dong, Drogun Kate, Trichen, Donga Lam, Pende Pedu Parve, Chile, Sambe, Wangi, Gevo, Shatin Sus. Taring, Pegalo Nidon Gala Shipishegu, Rajun Chudin Be, Rabne Chuta Le, Dawana Be Tse, Chu, Chilo Nidon, Nistani Dawa, Dumbe Tse, Gunimor, Kuranaba, Samala, Chilo de Leshu. Tanto Nye Daja, Pewan, Yongi, Gungep, Lame, Konsakangu, Gawa Tamje Kemba. Sigma Chimbo Cho La Gusum Gucha Pamishu Keje Zego Di Ushu Su Chibgu Kambe Doje Zimba Chimbo Cho Kunri Tembe Ngada Pe Sakya Gongma Tijen Doje Chang Chimbo Cho La Gucha Tang Gu Che Gusu Tseme Shugi Zegoti Nyamshu Kyangbe, Kyabne Gendu number, Neye Kunja number, Soshuba Bunda number, Tang, Chinangi, Choko number, Gulayang, Ning Tabane Gasushugi. Tare Zegotil, Chedu Zobe, Mimang Yongdang, Colorado, Puri, Tunzo, Ki Tsap Shuide, Pe Sakya Goma, Tijen Doje Chang Chimbo. Cho Tuze Chembu Zego Di Ushu Su Chipyu Dang De Chilo Dang Tumu Gati Kyambar Gato Tseme Ngang Gucha Che Tuji Che Gati Pame U Che Shugi Pe Sakya Goma Tijen Doje Chang Chimbu Cho Colorado, Kudu, Samsi, La Pepper, Taren, Ten Nava, Yinjin, Nanzu Regu, Shuden Shi, Captain Goma Tijen, Dojichan, Chimbo, Chogi, Tare, Chijo, Mimang, Chude, Lo-Gyama, Jenan, Ze, Te, Tenke, Yue, Goro, Gachotan Che, Gula, Nindu Shugi. Now, I would like to say a few words in English for our non-Tibetan dear friends gathered here. Good afternoon to everyone. First of all, I would like to pay my respect and gratitude to our beloved and peerless leader, His Holiness, the 14th Dalai Lama of Tibet. Secondly, my humble respect to His Holiness, the Sakya Goma Tijen Doje Chang Rinpoche La. I also express my respectful welcome to the Venerable Sanghas and the distinguished guests. Hearty welcome to all ladies, gentlemen, and friends. My name is Pema Tsawang, and I'll be MC of this auspicious event. On behalf of the Tibetan Association of Colorado and all the people gathered here, I express my deep gratitude and thanks. Thank you to His Holiness Sakya Goma Tijen Doje Chang Rinpoche La for his precious presence and infinite kindness to all of us. We are truly grateful to him, and we feel deeply blessed and happy of his presence with us here today. DJ so Sanju Lobje Tanda Lobju number ne Sakya Goma Tijen Doje Chang Chimbu Chola Tuli Chipigir Now, our young students from weekend classes will present a song of praise to His Holiness Trichen Rinpoche. 다 nye kutu takche Colorado pyuri tunso ki chokso tenzi jini la so Sane Puri Tunsoki Ledom Nyadu Tante Capture Gongma Tichen Dojitan Chembo Choda Dir Mima Yonla Dige Sanegi Neda Motre Naro Che Regushugi. Now I take pleasure in inviting to the stage Mr. Tenzin Jigmela, President of Tibetan Association of Colorado, to present a comprehensive report on the association to His Holiness Trichen Rinpoche and the gathering. Thank you.
On behalf of the Tibetan Association of Colorado, I want to express our heartfelt joy and happiness that His Holiness 41st Sakya Tichen Rinpoche and Dhamma Kusho has visited Colorado again for the third time. And thank you, Your Holiness. And I'm requesting His Holiness that may this long life empowerment benefit all sentient beings, in particular our Tibetan brothers and sisters suffering in Tibet, and also the suffering caused by the COVID-19 pandemic and the senseless mass shootings in the United States. May all obstacles be completely dispelled and flourish an abundance of peace and harmony in the world. A warm welcome to all of you present here with us today. We are all so truly blessed to be gathered here today to receive the Buddha Amitayus Lo-Gyama's long life empowerment from His Holiness Sakya Gongma Tichen Rinpoche. Now I would like to address His Holiness and the TSC members in Tibetan. Tering Pögyalo Nido Gyada Shijushagu Dawangabe Tsechu Tang Chilo Nido Nishusani Dawa Dumbe Tse Gunin Sogan Dir Kobe Miman Duba Yongla Gyabgen Goma Tichen Doji Changombo Kangnine Tsama Lo-Gyame Kadin Sewe Tusanki Nimodir Tomar Joa Latan Chepe Matibe Zashe Chembo Chinor Konsa Gyamke Tamche Kenchin Siba Chembo Choki Gubar Tongre Rinpoche Tang Tube Ngacha Chembo Ngawan Kunga Rinchen Tashi Takwe Gyalsen Bel Sambo Chotang Ugen Gyawe Tunsab Techen Tele Limpam Yongkep Apam Tertuen She Nyempar Takwe Techen Namniki Kuke Tematapa Dacha Namba Kajin Lana Machipa Chembo Gyabgen Goma Tichen Dojichang Ngawan Kunga Techen Belbar Tele Sampel Wanki Gyabon Namniki Tungdu Gosum Guba Chembo Gone Gucha Mudu Pulne Tering Der Pepe Zo Kelop Gewashin Namba Tang Teishintu Teden Jimbe Dapo Nam Tang Mima Yongzola Samdi Tastle Shiguyen Tang Derne Kapsu Papa Manzo Colorado Pemichidun Sope Gule Tang Teo Namki Legen Kang In Tang Te Lugu Gyabjong Tade Nebab So Tering Sogan Ter Chigyu Kyangwe Gyabgyon Koma Tije Doji Chang Upe Duba Gyaso Yongla Nyese Dodu Zamshuna Teyang Kenga Shin Peri Chidun Sope Legen Zooni Rangre Pe Miriki Klaso Chetan Rishun Kei Tanchepa Minyam Zingyong Chagyu Teyin La Legen Teni Chugo Kangla Tupashin Pegi Gyabo Toma Nyadi Zembe Kapsu Menche Tang Sidep Tamgyu Tungyu Debjor Togar Lushe So Sol Tepa So Ne Rimbari Chungwa Tabu Tang Partu Pe Kanchong Bangmi Yongla Kadin Denda Tang Delwa choge mewen nam sumle thangbo gerap sum sok sum pa choge songse gambu pazang tang tapju ki pegam chigyu chete pe chenpo gyakap ki siwa ngosu sukshin ta shi gyakap sok wang tu du ma ki tiksu tsukpa tang mi chue tsangma chu chu tang la chu gewa chu sol depa tang 대신 sitim tsukpa sok meri rangi chue pelrik sum ki tsawa pe ki ige sabdwe zete zula rine kang rine pewa sok dorna metu chungwa zeba tang tilin ki nyenda ni zamling choshi kangsa kangla kyapar chepa tang tene nipa gerasum soke pa choge tisung deu zengi kap kenlop chusum shel zomba tang pakwe ki pandup tume ka dogyu tenchu tamche gyagar lecture ki kene pöke tu gyuwa sok sange ki tempa tarshin gepar zechin kap ter pö kanchen jongsu tambe lachwe pelwa la har tu chepe marung duki nepa zampa na loben chenpo guru pema jungne zutu ki namke yingsu kurpa doje shenu kur ngosum tu shengpa sok ki genge parche kang ki kyang la manye par ten kap zamli kangsar ngom chok pe lapchen ki pögyu nangten shepa te che tome gedu duwe lakang samye mitu megyul hungi tupe zola chenpe teni sartu shengpa tang kechen shiwa tsoam shanti rakshita chowne kempo zete pömi rapchen ki toma kwen lui wangpula sok semi medun raptu chungne tempe shima rapchung ki de sartu tsukpa sok nganzo pö kangjen jongki tumo mayipe chötang rijung ke tamje rempar tarshin gepar chungwa ila sumba gerap shipshe chikpa tezuk deu zen nam ngada ti rapa chenki tusu geltim chöshin kyangwa tang nyela chepa chöching sampo la chaga ter towe nyane nöching mawa tapki kyongwe katim ki sil sampo töpa ila cher nangpe tempa tarshin gepe shiza katang tenche chenye ki shila ra lepar gongne pöki yulcho kangsar gomda tang sheda lobda sok mang tu tsuk yue la chapsi ki tuen la pö gyayi war mang tu lemang chung tar pö tang gyayi satsam tembep ze pö pöyul na ki gyayul na ki chepe toring ngoy teksi kwepa ma ze jesu pensun gyawa miyong we pardun tang tamja shapa sok che 대신 gyagar tang pelbwe parita mangpo tang lo tsawa kachok shangsum sok zomne tumel zete keche nampasum ze donna kap teta la pe kangjen ki jong der shuk yue pe chötang rijong peljo madun sidun kei tang chepa kap te yultu nebab tang tsampe topten gyakap seten shikla kang gopa tamche minyam zingyong tumong mayin par ze yue pa yen tene mar rinpa shintu jombe gyara tamche ki kyang ngarshin pö kangjen jongki tempa tang dowe tuentu depa tang tile ngozar samki mikyapa shi kyang te shintu tataang meto kang la pokwe lake she sungpa shintu rangre pö miu tungtuk le chungwe pöri punda namki lake pacho tukje chenpe namtu mi suksu jompa gongsa lami namden gyawa tamche kenching zikpa chenpo choki kuten rinpar jonne tate kuten chuchipa chenpo chok kangni la toki partu chosi niki uti zete kawa ketu ze ngewa tangtu langne pö sange ki tempa tang rinne chechung tamche kei tang chepa la tokda par sumtu zingyong pel sum zenang semjen ki sonam tang letu tsempe wangi kangjen jong la targyu ki rinpa nat sokpa shik chungwa ni mikdong las laksin gyurpa tabu yin wenkyang nganzo digar nepe pöri namki laryang ngarshin kangjen chosi luk ni tamje nima sharwa shintu chok kuntu tarshin gepa tang lapdun tu maung par pö minam shije nyurtu nyamzom ki tusang sharwa tang pö ki delta selwe so de melam shugi tang hongshu ki miyu nam yila sungne maung par so gongsa gyamgui chumbu chok tang ui pö mi tikzune chosi kangte ne ka kangnang dukyu tang 대신 ngaransu chötang rijong zingyong pelsum tang shena chaptun kepatu pö miriki sosa kei teni rangre pömi sunsa shunge chugu namla lopti chemu dishin juk kyangtab chegyu yin la chugu namki pöge tang pö she tubmini, so Pamanamtang, Kimza Rana Ra Lena Yang, Manto Sope Mune, Hela Roram Tungu Shaju Sotu, Gegen Nampe, Taksam Namtaki, Putu Namla, Pegetam, Pu Minyam, Guzin Yongtabla, Bebong Leme Chiguin. Te Nangshin, Twenty Davo, Bena Yupe, Rare, Peripunda Namki, Katu Nam, Kurche Yongwe, Leto, Same Gain Kurte, Gyagap Suse Peri Namtang, Zamlin Yongla, Kabel Kangtup Chagu So, Miyu Sune, Mutu Shakuki, Tamja, Tempo Tangchete, Tatan Azue Sangma, Nyamtom Yupe, Colorado, Perichudin Sopati, Chilo Chiton Kutya Kuchugo Tun Lord, Utsupare. Tu tene sunte tada terin la toki partu, kap ngachi so sojun, so gyurbe gyule nam tam, gegen tam, leje tamje ki buti, mima nambar peljor ki, mima nampe, peljor ki tunge jarwa tam, zego kala nyamshuk chepa so, dona tomar sopa utsuk tu ki, migyu chita yopa, hei shintu, tamje ki tasam sume tone, legu kayo layo ki, Pelshin chipen ki chawa sushin kap ngama tan tate kap partu dubye shuguyen teshin shamtu manzo leto gyulen nam lochik kolla nyewe par leduen tupa ka robsam shikshuna tangbo zeko tan shabrim so dupsulni pepe losaki zeko tan kudun ki tunga tujen shabrim ka petensi ki chetu ranglu miche puwa soki kenge goja kang chungwa namla dongsen nyamke tan ngowa tan melam lakwa to ngazo Colorado pemi sushi de dong so gyobe kapsu miyu kapsu hamje ki doza chikti ki tone ngowa tan melam sungpa so yang tapa cheyo shugi tan nipa shena tatuen tan kei zingyong chesulni gegen kyondong chudu ki lokchuk shenge chukchul hakla ngaranzo tumo mayinpe rikshung pege tan pyu shena tatuen so laptan lopshin ba yin Sumba ngato pegi netan zata kor kyabe chitar chesulni pela chilo chidong ku gyangapchu ngargu yarmar samne gyamar ki tsensu wo pe sayong la sakong la ewa tsawa ne mebar narche ki dunge suetu mepa shik nyongwa mase tata yang gyacha kuchu samla gyamar ki wongyul senshe tang nyanyo ki wo nire narche nyong nang shen tang shen la rangi nezo changbo nam jepe rawan tang kokap kanya mebe kap del mazu Colorado pemichudin sope sumju turjen kap kebe la jowa tang lapar tu mazu Colorado pemichudin sope shoge tsue pegi geji legu International Campaign for Tibet ki koti nangwe pegi somjen Tibet lobby de nang tu lo tapar gyunche mepar nyamchu nangte ari uti pe chapsi ki peri namla pe nang shize jowa mi toptang samyang mepa Dembe nezul nam sepo shiwatam ari choso tumi namki kyang pedun tola kayo layo ki gyabgyor chapin tan chepa dembe che tupa soki legen kang yopa nam chinu kangcho ki ning tapa ne dubyo shugiyin tene chuktar Colorado pemichudin sope sogang kola tsuna chigang di nyoka toma chilo nidong chosum ki lor sokso surpa koncho tenzi la ne chigang nyugyu chashi tang tangbo utsamba re te jesu somi ke dune chigang di chetu sojung shikyang tsuk yeba yen so lama kunchu sum tang kado chogyung summe tuje tang chilab yinpa she migo pa chipte somi ke dune chigang sojung
좀 된데 바도 지선 발라 자자로 benzo 탑케라 turji shembo tanda batini ki tuje kamda meba naso
I'm very happy to be here, and the Tibetan Association has arranged this meeting where we will have the opportunity to meet all the people who are interested in participating in this event. And so today, the main thing is that our present human life is very precious. And it is very important to prolong our life because life is very valuable, sacred, and so we must especially the life
practice deeds. The longer you live, the more benefit to yourself and also to the others. So therefore, it is very important to prolong our life. To prolong our life, there are many different methods, outer methods, inner methods, secret method. But the secret method is to practice the long life deities. Long life deities to visualizations of the deity, recitation of the mantra, and meditation on the transcendental wisdoms. And so, to receive this initiation, the very first thing is to create the right motivation. Right motivation means that we must attain the full enlightenment for the benefit of all sentient beings. In order to attain enlightenment, that you are receiving this precious initiation, and after receiving this initiation, that one will diligently keep all the samayas and the vows, and practice virtuous deeds, and abstain from the non-virtuous deeds. And also conduct in a respectful form, physically sitting in respectful form, verbally in silence, and mentally concentrating on each and every word of the initiation. And this initiation is called the long life initiation of Lo-Gyama. Lo-Gyama means 100 years old. And it came from the Mahasiddha Tangdong Gyabo, who lived in 14th century. And he is the one of the earliest masters who practiced non-sectarian. He practiced from all the Tibetan schools, and he received teachings directly from Buddha also. In his pure vision, he received many teachings from Buddha and many other gurus. But then also in person, at that time, all the schools of Tibetan Buddhism that he consulted, that many gurus, many teachers, and he received many precious teachings, and not only he received them, he he practiced them very carefully and attained a very high realization as a sign that he has great miracles, like being able to go around the world in one day by foot. And also he built many iron bridges in many of the rivers that were very difficult to cross ancient times, but he built miraculously that he built many iron bridges. So one of his name is called the Iron Bridge Master. So through his the teaching, this teaching came from through him, and then it has two kinds: long lineage and short lineage. This is the short lineage, and the short lineage is the combination of the treasure lineage as well as the pure appearance or the pure vision lineage. And so this is the short lineage one, and this is very important because there are many long life practices actually within the Tibetan Buddhism. In all schools there are many hundreds of deities and practices, but this is very special because it is a long life practice combined with the Guru Yoga. And so now the root text says, after receiving this long life initiation, if you recited prayer 100 times and mantra 1,000 times a day, every day, then you will give no doubt that one will live 100 years. So that's why the name of the initiation is called Lo-Gyama. Lo-Gyama means 100 years. And so now with the right motivation, and then you make the mental offering, and followed by requesting verses, repeating the requesting verses. Chime che ngombar wangu wa samu shuwe yondo mi de men re she bu wara shu. Bu me a hong she yon so ta ba wang she so ye so. Om ban sa re ge ha. Che ja re ko yon ge ko re so. Re ja bo re ra shara le ba ho sa mo. No ba la che chan da mi. Luda limba ngaya ta ngaya shi. Yo den da lam jo do da mi nyen da mi nyen. Rinpoche re o ba sam ji ji. Den je ye ba ma me ba ye lo to. Kolo Rinpoche nurvu Tsumo Rinpoche, Lombo Rinpoche, Lambo Rinpoche, Tajo Rinpoche, Mabu Rinpoche, Dere Chimbo Yipumba, Kipama, Tiwa, Numa, Karama, Durum, Medoma, Mame, Nijama, Nima, Dao, Rinpoche, Du, Chole, Number Jarete, Padami, Banjur, Prisun, Zoma, Nata, Prisun, Zanjiva, Jito, Tamite, Uradio, Tuje, Tuje, Shene Shinje Lado Pechi Chushi Mendo Rirale Shene De Jamande Sanje Shindo Mede Jukunanda Shindo Chubarasho Beje Joje Medoja Rirane Shininde Sanje Shindo Medembo Jukunanda Shindo Mandala Kandriya Daya Rirane Shininde Sanje Shindo Medembo Jukunanda Shindo Sanje Shindo Medembo Jukunanda Shindo Jukunanda Mandala Kandriya Daya Lo-Gyama Nawaranju Adadu Sin Soatam Ne Tine Da Ju Tabar Chavele Dunyala Dumba Chava Sundi Da Kechum Shirari Diore Kai Sena Sakjan Pe Sum Sene Cho Saya Diwa Jaya Gyawa Khone Khondu Peya Samalo Yala Dumbe Tone Yungu Yore Eni Di Khandis Yawaris Laba Yina En Dungi Nagale Lama the Nisume Trivonju Tandon Jabula and the Zagi Lama in the Sanje Shujusambe, some Kimijabe Kone, Shube Jangar, Tirano Kerne, and the Dada Taib, Simjan Tamji Kerne, and the Yalatimba Chagi, Yosamba Chevule. The Yalatimba Jidari Meda Mambuyor, the Dimisegi, Nane Sumbe Yalatimbare, the Kare Slava Yalatin and the Tangboti. And Diwashabe Yala Imbare Top Shida Demekona, any Nara Nunje, Ne Tadapadu, and Cheve, Diwa Miguel, Chisaba, Tatamjila, Josum Chabuchebe Kone, and Shawachiate, in Yala Tambore. In the Yala Nibade, Yola Jesu Iran said, and they Kazurita, Sanje the Chanjusamba, Nindu the Ransangelo Soba, Pagwe Consultoba, Namda, and the Soso Rani the Jebe, Tanakanda, Kondeni Dubigi, Giva, Kandishijun Kandish Sayova in the Tadalaya, Tado, Jensim Soba, Mebe Tone, the name Jesu Iran Siated. Yene somebody in Tandam Chanju Isem Sonwason, Chanju Isem La Niya Imbare, Kunzo Chanju Isem da, Tandam Chanju Isem says. They Tandam Chanju Isem said, Karesana, Tandam Chanju Isem said, Shotam Nilu, Samutongbani, Jebeta Tamjeta Chawa, Masam Jeme, Shira Paroshi, Soyatinde, Oda de Imbare. They gom jam the Jawar Mado, Chogakone Jia the Yamar, the Ina Kapdilia, and that's Sanja the Chanjusaman, Samutomani, Tula, to Yambar Shane, and Ti Dungon the Zabanashi, Tagija, and the Samutomani, Tula, Yambar Shane, and the Tishigi in Samba, other than Degi. Tamjat Masu Chevadelia, and Tandam Chanju Gisem Songa Songuyore. the Shiva the Japsudore, the Jambu the Becasimber the Yara, and sure Dungan to Langa combat Mason, Tangboti, and the Jambu. Lam Tamjigi, Mondo Tomba Tamjigi, then the name Shotamjigi Tsawa, the Jambu Imber, Tende Indizana, Telea Kunjo Sumla Dine Japsutra, there Sangela Lam Tambabuchi, Shura Lam Ngochi, Gindula Lam Dribi Tosh with Timba the Jebe Kone, and the Japsutra, the Yela Shiva the Imber. The Yelangaba de that Sanju system like Tajishivan as in New Benan, Kunzu Sanju system. Telaya in the members and the Juwestams New Benan, members and so on. Members and the Kadiji Sigars and the Sanjay Simjan Hamji to the Sanjay you command Tom the Jim Maru Jinja Tober Chavudu, somebody in Tamja Cheje. That in the Sanjay the Susan Bataji, Tulayang, Tamja Cheje. Simjan Tamjiki turned Sanjay command Toba Jinja Tober Chari inside of Tamja Chevatelia, and the Merson member Semje said. Then the Juba the Juba Semje said, and member Semje was on the Masebe, and the Sanjay command Toya, Dumba Cheva on the Maimbe, and the Ungerso Pagata Lamla June, round member Cheva Paro the Shimba Tugda. Same membership of doing over Shila Soba. Kandaya, the Changes and Bishop Jazuta will alumni in the dark just jugging in some, the Tamja Sheva, the Juba Sem Jessa. And then Dumba de Moa Imare. Had the Tigwashabat and Gawala just eat on the Soba Cheva, the Tan and Chume. Gavata Patumeba Yova Teta Tamje, then the Naba Tamji Mazova Sanji, you command Much Tobe Shedu, and the Moachia, or that the Jedi Yala Dumbusa Tijeri, and the Jedi Yala Dumbuti Jedima, Lola Tenshim Betone, and the Gender Narona. So now we have to do what is called the sevenfold prayer. This sevenfold prayer is very important because through the sevenfold prayer, you purify the negative deeds and also accumulate the merits, and also it increases the virtuous deeds. So therefore it is very important. And so there's sevenfold. The number one is to confess all the negative deeds that we have committed from the beginning of last time until now, with a full remorse. And then second is to rejoice all the virtuous deeds without any kind of jealousy or the competition thoughts. And third one is holding the absolute bodhicitta. That means absolute bodhicitta means actually the ultimate nature of all phenomena. Ultimate nature of all phenomena is the shunyata, the emptiness, or rather away from all extremes, beyond description, beyond perception, beyond explanation. That you actually have to obtain through meditation. But at this point, we kind of promise to meditate on the absolute bodhicitta. And then fourth one is to take refuge in the Buddha, Dharma, Sangha. Buddha as our guide, Dharma as our actual path, and Sangha as our companions. And then fifth one is relative bodhicitta, which also has two kinds, the wishing bodhicitta and entering bodhicitta. Bodhicitta means actually enlightenment mind. So for the sake of all sentient beings, wish to attain the enlightenment is called the wishing bodhicitta, wishing enlightenment mind. And this we kind of make a promise, we make a vow in front of Buddhas that today I took the vow to attain the full enlightenment for the sake of all sentient beings. Then it's creating the wishing bodhicitta. And then the sixth one is entering enlightenment mind, which means not only wish but actually entering the path of bodhisattvas. So this is called entering enlightenment mind. This as we make a vow, not only wish but also vow to enter the actual path of the bodhisattvas. And then the last one, the seventh one, is to dedicate the merits. So with these two enormous merits that we have obtained through conversion, rejoicing, and taking refuge and creating enlightenment mind. So with this, enormous merits that we have obtained, through the power of these merits, may I attain the enlightenment for the sake of all sentient beings. It's a dedication. So with these seven things in mind, that you repeat after me the sevenfold prayer. Yala dimbati jendu zu kunja sumla tajepsi dingwa tamje soso sha joya gela jeirang sanje chanju yiji sung sanje chodan sojo la chanju bardo jasu che rashen tenne radu chir chanju samne jebar je chanju choge samne je jime simje tamje dagi chondonyar chanju checho yon jabar je drola pinche sanje drubar sho kunjo sumla tajibchi diwa tamje soso sha droya gela je rang sanje chanju yiji sung sanje chodan sojo la chanju badu jasu je rashen denne radu chir chanju samne jabar je chanju choge samne je yime simje namje dagi chondonyar chanju chocho yon jabar je drola penche sanje drubar sho kunjo sumla tajepsi dingwa tamje soso sha droya gela jeirang sanje chanju yiji sung sanje chodan sojo la chanju bardo jasu je rashen denne radu shir chanju samne jabar je chanju choge samne je yime simjen tamje dagi chondonyar chanju chocho yon jabar je drola penche sanje drubar sho oda dusjeni yala dimba chebala tene indi jamdru domba thugu yore ende chanju choge sem jebala tene chanju sembe domba ya thugu yore indi be keshambore ta tene gekte yata indi chawangushi chema rimbe yungure ene tada jarandaranga barwangu wala chimeche yunguru tabar chebala bhaja seveju tundumi badi shundo na wala shu lobe rani kejigyu choye jaba ba tenji kundo marba shasun cha chuba tsa mabu yesha chingu yunsha kabu sha rizila tenji che sukunda jaba cha usmi tsunda dagu changu sum dake tsewa cha ye sumna doji karang bara riyo sumna dingzu dundu gyusha namba shabji ruji yitandan jaba Mingo Kano Dasan Ruji Jamba Ishi Member Longi the Shubu. Pabi Bugana the Trojan Sunja Tava Batu Member to the Chan or Ngambarawan Guru and the Chimet Guru Samatover Jebala. Hardu Jabal Jebit Denge Lovajan Mesotam J. Keji Thai Jansu. Harudu Tebe Mevaradu Sudamatakita Bedakota Hanjo Hulu Sumba Sumba. Gongma Garana Garana Humba, Garana Bay, Humba, Amaya Humba, Garana Humba, Sumba Sumba Humba, Garana Bay, Humba, Amaya Humba, Garana Humba, Sumba Sumba Humba, Garana Bay, Humba, Amaya Humba, Garana Humba, Sumba Sumba Humba, Garana Garana Bay, Humba, Amaya Humba, Garanda Humba, Sumba Humba, Garana Bay, Humba, Amaya Humba, Doji Sujilo, Tamja Doji Ravada Java, Tegan Tamja Doji Kurdala, Shiro Tamja Ishi, Meo Radambar, Suya Kolo Jebe, Mevada, Bada Raja Raja Umbes, Bada Raja Raja Umbes, No Beda Raja Raja Umbes, So Ashe Jebe, Tembar Jebe, Mevada. Name Tawang Mishila, Ne. Nashi Shiva Nashi Dikabli, Loma Harki Yamare, and the Dundu Kevama, the Loma Rani Harki Yamare. Digi Jingor Jus, Travel to Tandon Jabo, Kundo Mana, Sijiba, Uda, the Mimamara Azon, the Sechugiwa, Lo-Gyama Benganzuji, Shani Nyamshakatan, the Wonder, the Nisme, Say, Pumashime, Basushi, Kajan, the Jeva, Pajason, Tango Semba. Regarding the Timameva Suji, Ridaji Babe, then Shubi, Uzu, the Nawatai, Masa, Trugu Chalu, Nyamsha, Sibun Zimba, Jimbar, Tanti Masa, Ye, Pamesim, Yudosha, Yun Tabataki Gawanzimba, Tuga Lovenchima, Bama June, Kundo Kamar, Dorjet and Tabazimba, Pega Sugar, Saoki, Pelta, Nishuzo. Doji Jimujung should be Tagore the Lama Yidam Sanjay Chanju Samba Chujon no less what the Jim. Some Jimmy Chaba Tingi Humbuchum Tibata Muslim to Shu Yabe Beba Chene, Hira due the Kiran of Krene, Nishimete Muru Shuele to Sunday di Dongo in Bare. So now the main part of the initiation is that you visualize in front of you the Master Tangdong Gyalpo, who has white hair, white beard, looks like 100 years old, wearing a white robe, and then on top of him, Buddha Amitabha in Buddha's form. Holding the baking bowl filled with the nectar, and then in his throat has a Hayagriva, wrathful deity Hayagriva, red color, holding the lotus stick and skull cup, adorned with all the wrathful ornaments and clothes, and then in his heart has the Guru Brahma Sambhava with the lotus head and right hand Vajra, left hand holding the skull cup filled with the nectar and long life vase, and wearing the robe. As you know, the Guru Brahma Sambhava was here. Here we have the Tanga here, just like him in his heart, and surrounded with all the lineage gurus, tutelary deities, Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, Shavakas, Pardhyaka Buddhas, Dharma protectors, wealth deities, all of them. And then in front of this yourself with all sentient beings requesting to bestow the immortal long life city. And so with this in mind that you repeat after me this prayer. Shi 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 Nawataye Jokun Jesu Kyong Seba Megun Drola Chimeder Tanjin Wanje Droya Pachise Pema Jungne Nidu Droya Jab Tangdong Jabur Soda Luame Soa Devso Gajen Pachiso Singe Lopshi Chime Ngujuzo Shi 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 Nawataye Jokun Jesu Kyong Seba Megun Drola Chimeder Tanjin Wanje Droya Pachise Pema Jungne Nidu Droya Jab Tangdong Jabur Soda Luame Soa Devso Gajen Pachiso Singe Lopshi Chime Ngujuzo Shi 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 Nawataye Jokun Jesu Kyong Seba Megun Drola Chimeder Tanjin Wanje Droya Pachise Pema Jungne Nidu Droya Jab Tangdong Jabur Soda Luame Soa Devso Gajen Pachiso Singe Lopshi Chime Ngujuzo Adati Tanda Tajin Shujube Sundev Gyazar Dön Suyan Diri Tanda Jendu Chema Taba Sundev Dita Sundev Gyazar Döna Suyan Yende Yimiji Kenen Tamjar Vishen Dön Goya Ya Mare Ta Kadi Dönba Yina Any Loja Tubatezo Mesumba. So this is the prayer that I said. If you recite it 100 times a day, then one will live 100 years. But there's no commitment as such. You don't have to do it. But if you do it, if you recite it, but this prayer is very important because everyone wants long life. Nobody wants to die. Everyone wanted to live a long, very long life and healthy life. For this, you have to pray to Buddha Amitayus. So the Buddha Amitayus prayer is in this. And then to overcome the obstacles. The higher Griva, the road to higher Griva is the best deity to pacify all the obstacles. And then the Guru Brahma Sambhava, through his blessings, through his guidance, that Buddhism came to Tibet and maintained and continued up until now. So there's all the Buddhas are same in terms of wisdom, compassion, and power. But if we have a karmic connection, if we have a karmic link, then it is much more easier. So we, all the Tibetans, as well as the Himalayans, and all the people who entered in the Tibetan Buddhism had very special karmic connection with the Guru Brahma Sambhava. So the Guru Brahma Sambhava, if we pray to him, especially in this critical time, in this particular time, there's no other Buddhas who can best
The Guru Brahma Sabha is also here. And then Master Lo-Gyama is the Tibetan's own Master, and he's all respected and recognized by all the Tibetan Buddhists. So his prayer is also there. And then no matter how long you live, after all we have to die. One day we have to die. So when we die, we all wish to be born in Sukhavati, the Buddha Amitayus Ram. So Buddha Amitayus prayer is also here. So therefore this prayer is for this life, for future life, in between, all the time, to fulfill your wishes and to pacify the obstacles. Everything is included in this prayer. So there's no commitment to do it every day, but if you do it, if you recite it, it is a great benefit. Now it's the mantra. Mantra also this one, 1,000 times, if you recite 1,000 times, then mantra 1,000 times and prayer 100 times, then you will live 100 years. Om Amarati, Divinda, Lo-Gyama Kota, Lo-Gyama, Ayushi, Shuji, Om Amarati, Divinda, Lo-Gyama Kota, Lo-Gyama, Ayushi, Shuji, Om Amarati, Divinda, Lo-Gyama Kota, Lo-Gyama, Ondan da yine şive sonunda cazada ta na sonra da cazada na da kendi çema tabadı sonunda ya da kendi çema tabadı bir ya her tamda çeva diyor bana yine dinleme yine şimdi bilmem nasıl bir şey çıkıyor kahvede diyor hangi sınavıyla 한번 세는 것들을 세는 것은 세바를 소화하고 이제 세바를 소화하고 근데 나가는 시 같이 시야 되게 같이 시야 근데 너 저기야 같이 시부터 표현하고 단계를 하아요 맞지 표현하고 단계를 선택을 해요 근데 자 그거를 세다 제사님 담으러 Kemri işi, tövbe suci, tövbe çile, kemri yormalı değil, ya rağmen la anlanan bir cevap yerine ifade, ne kemri çünkü duruyor. Buyurun bir şeyden razı, peki ne konuştu, tamam bir şey böyle buyurun bir şeyden, unutmayın ki ne bir cevap. Anlıyor, hayır, buyurun bir kızıklarından da böyle taslanı giden bakalım. Ne böyle? Tibetan
Which are
Shubham Bedis Marshal Tuki Hane Lugi Lu, Jarano Jijo, Same Bugan Marsh, Lugi Nanga, Zanga Tomjila Javachida, Myo Jiwan Bitek, Bambilan, the Tata Shumjida, Kombatada, Padumebe Gurjo. Now the main part of the initiation is this. This is called the long life vase. And from this many enlightens issues and brings back all your lost life and merits, wisdom, vitality, and also the vitalities of the four elements, all the sentiments, everything is brought here, and then it became nectar and overflows, and nectar overflows and came right on top of your head, and through the crown it enters into your body, so your body filled with the nectar, immortal nectar, and so that you gain immortal life, never aging body, and like Buddha Amitayus. So you do this visualization. Oma Marani Jenda Gurubama Gadavini Oma Marani Gurubama Gadavini Shimetse, Chilangera, Tabjit, Tirandam Cha, Yesu Pura, then the Tab, the Wacham Shoto Minjura, Dojite, Muru Dove, Tajit, the Bajes, Nimbo Devechi, the Tirim Praise, or this is Jamdan Sabame, Shatonjuro, the Mesa. She may say, Chilangera, Shirabjit, Tirandam Cha, Yundu Pura, then Sheratomba Nichija, Mishiva, Dojite. Mudu Dove, Jimete, Bala, Lonjin, Rivelo, Nanam Jisherot, Sida Shive, Banjur Kala, the Kunju, Jovarzedo, so Tata Mashavera, Kimboji Lazanam, Televan, Tanson Rikwazim, Zaka, and Javan, Mitashi, with thinking also Jimeta Mandara, Charba Veja, Damar Jebem, Chimbeta Gesonje Andaba, me, Sangi Chimbeta, the Niji Singitonji, Juvana, Chimbeta Gitan, Chimbeta Jintan, Beljo, Turunda Gesonje Andaba, me, Sangi Turunda, the Niji Singitonji, Juvana, Turunda Gitan, Turunda Jintan, Beljo, Zubeta Gesonje Andaba, me, Sangi Subeta, Niji Singitonji, Juvana, Subeta Gitan, Beljo, Subeta Jintan, Beljo. Tundu Tabi Sanya Dava, me, Sangi Tundu Tata, the Nijin, Juvana, Tundu Tabi Danda, Tundu Tabi Sanya, Sundan Tabi Sanya Dava, me, Sangi Sunda Tata, the Nijin, Sundan Tabi Danda, Sundan Tabi Sanya, Shiro Tabi Sanya Dava, me, Sangi Shiro, Nijin, Juvana, Shiro Tabi Danda. Shiro Tabi Sanya, Shiro Tabi Danda, Shiro Tadigin Tawang Chubayin, that's Tawang Chubsimbare. Tatene Tanda Kazi Nyamanga to Chabra Nalia, Loma Cheme, one says that do Nyambo, and then Tawang the Loma Cheme, one Yiga Nyambo, Dongo Chuainaya, Tuesday Rinpoche Gordo Sade. In the Indian that Mogoche, Nada Nasa de Betina time ever into Tando and Nanga Mango Yoba inside, then Nasa de Ne de la Pembe Cheto, the Rijo Loma Cheme, Nag, Delunchi Dungi, and they are Chantu Gende Narona, Jawakunji, Shijuma, Shuru Namatubale, Hamokan to Venete, Kundu Shinjamala Shator, Bishazi, Panashawari, Sawa Zora. Pasha Manayaso, Bishazi, Pana Shawari, Sawa Zora, Pasha Manayaso, Bishazi, Pana Shawari, Sawa Zora, Pasha Manayaso. Tadene de Tanamju in the Wang Shugulia, Mitia Shachi, to see your Tata Nasa de Bed Cham ever in this other, now some. To return the case with Sonza to the Bogoshi, Tisabling, Kago, the Kago Naron, singing the Mamudu, the Mirror can do Mogoshi, somewhere in Yambu, Zombie Cup, the Doji Purve, Kago Jidungi, and the Purve Kago mixes with radio, and they can do Migwashi. Kipachi Shiada, Tintage Migwasis, and those there. Now I will give the Vajrakilaya blessings. Instead of coming individually to hear, while you everyone sitting comfortably, and then I will give the Vajrakilaya blessings. Vajrakilaya is very special in our tradition. So, in this very critical time, in this difficult time, to overcome all of obstacles and to fulfill all your wishes, so that everyone can enjoy the peace, happiness, joy, prosperity, so that so everyone should pray for this. Om Sumba de Sumba Om Be Om Grana Grana Om Be Om Grana Bay Grana Bay Om Be Om Anayo Bangam Be Alado Om Bedr Kila Kila Saw Binimena Om Be Dazara Na Om Be the Court of Hungara Om Kazakazom, the Court of Vita, Na the Court of the Letter. Dada Bazakorda Yametaga Bazakorda Yazala Mendamenda Bazakorda Hayango Hulu Bazakorda Avaratsuda on the Amida Gundala Zanda Bazakorda Deloja Beza Mendamenda Bazakorda Ma Bala Bada Beza Yagido on the Bazabera Badramida Baza Mara Nehungo Jo Ma Ramaya Makala Ravinza Layam Soda Layam Nila Sola Junju Dada Sola Dumri Nira Sola Shishi Ni Tata Uru Shishi Nyanya Sosa Tadima Mishira Kama Palma Dane Be Yanda Vuzo Sandi Shukundu Somalungu Doji Sumba Chukubema Chunda Kunlo Suma Kundoji Krishna in the country, Java, to the Kaju, Babu, Shajalu, Karajaru, Kakuja, Java, Sajava, when you book all over, but the son of the Makajizarum, but the Travaj and the Krishna Sajibin, the front door of Machijava. Kova and the Fulabak, the Kambarji, the Shizalama, the Masunda, the Lodging Wedges. Teji Yama, what is the Nagaja, the Dajin Jawa, Sherajan, Jangos, and Nagaja, Jasonam, Kaja, Tavalo, the Jangos, and the Masana, Jumajan, what is Jasonam, such a water to Tujan in your book. Taman the door, Juma, what is the treasure, the treasure, when you would to the Taja, to the Alamatam. Rida Jingo Jata Jata Kolibamba Sajo, Bogajala, Matuchi, by Doji, Nawakumba, Jeraja, the Bass, Mokatin, Suma, Mazivishan, the Taja, the Alamatam, Metro, which are the two systems. Consum Shiji Javarita, Jingo Jata Jata Kolibamba, Shenjan Tamji Jamadoji, all the Shimening, but Raja, the Bass, Mokatin, Suma, Mazivishan, the Kangi Jasu. Shabdun Doji Zabajimba Tenzin Kenja Tamji Kimba Doji Janga Chamba Jamba Samba Jangwan Jensu Doji Shigulu Jelamba Ngawalo Daza Jabja Trichen Doji Janga Kera Lishi Jazula Saba Saki Jibada Lama Taman Sanga Chinanga Yitam Shirurani Tensun Tamjin Jazu Zagodan Javanam Jisada Namadina Tandu Sada Jugarjinava Dundu the Sada Yinam Pardon Jumba Jazin Yinava Sadana Gajan Bajin Mitim Bishadu Yawashi Tingan Sasa Bajunyara Leva Yenda Javana Gonda Vedi Yenda Sabitanum Jishadanam Yishindu Chilata Tondo Jazin Bazan Dida Suma the Java the Bao the Gover Trada Mazada Javastin Michel Traja Dojishan and the Roadra Darsun Deva Sujanava Mazi Jomba the Raja Jomba Zumba the Raja Omba the Raja Jomba Secretary Doraji Shiva the Midin Evasion the Road the Water Shiva of Treasure the Oma should know the Doraji the Roman the Roman some Shishin Druve Tashi so Otati Shendegi the Bachaza Simbayi and that means second Shuamindu and Keshu the Karre Slavina and Samalo Digi Dugiore, Dunga Dugiomare, and the Digi Debaina in the Simju Tubuchevore, Simju Sambu Shabaina, and Digi Ransing Yungure, Simju Matubaina, and Digi Yamare. They did the Kadu in the Simju Sambu Jam Hosajam Shimbukalum Naya Laya, and the same Sambu Chevore, Samba Sambu Chevores. Shushi Mila Matu Kanta Simju Sambu Chego at the Pema Mila Pesum Chat, Mila Nursum Pan, Pesum Chat, the Kitchen Beres, Yankalam Nagadua, Tele in the Taram Samalo, the to the number in the Simju Sambu Chego at the Pema Kitchen Butu, the Tichua Lecture Tamji Telaten Yunguare. And the 10 member of the Shabdenche, Melam Jab, Hatishab in the Yung to a Yung Yume said the Chamador in a Simju Sambu Shab in the Tin Jibulia, Ranila Digi Yungu Yubati, because of Jaja Jatamba, Nyeva to the Yor, some Simju Sambu Shab, the Pemas Kitchen Botu, in it. Tela Chabji Nadu Jibe Tandare, Kirgi Tandare, Tamalo, Chambusiwa, the Pekam Kitchen Badua, Chambu Mena, Ene Kazore, Randenda, Gerjidu, Kangitania, Tanda dress at the Kali Kabuchadio, Nadu Tande, Nada, Ditabul, Charguadia, Nam, the Per, Sosu Payuli, Bukaria, P. Nangu. And Timbushida Majum said, the day Jem Kogab in Jacob Shanda, the day Kogab Lanche, and the day Jem Ben, Tusho Chime, that I did with Sabbath. I announced Tibet and that we are shedding in the attack, the girls so and that we are shedding in the attack. Samalo Tumbuchiwa, the Pemasi Kashmir, and they did on the Samalo Tumbuya was able to pay Sen and Shugu. Sure, Tony Shavin around Samalo, Tabatuji Shadare Tiore. And the other she didn't want to share Shavin around Samalo, Gay Chigua, Say Chigua, Kumshi Chigua, Taju Chigua, Miu Chigua, somewhat Chigur Jedi or day in the Tana, and the day to the Timbu, never. Gezen Timbu Lambade, Puja Rimbu Samatan, Keshin around Southern Dubiata, Miu Dubiata Keshin, Delia Sama Tumbusiwa, the Pemasi Keshin. Then the day down teacher. Tashem Seke Jashem, the Handa told me, the Aram shaking under the Tuji Simple Nanche, Kalo Mayore, and the Injimiji, Jarakalo Rezashim. Kane Sheba some Mayimba, Tungo, so Laling Tor, Niri, Midina, Jaram Shikalo, Kanang Batijidi, Ene Nala Yebetone, Lobjon Cheche, and the Jaraka, the Timba Jungu Yevaina, and the Kawakom, Jesu Iranchi, Matimba Jeva in the Kantimba Yoya said, in the Tabji Yuguzaru Sheva, in the Lameka to Valhazi Shia Yomari, Lameka to Valhazi Shadensia Yomari, Lameka to Valhazi Chosaya Yomari, Divajaya Yomari, the Kashin Drubi, Sheve, Nietzsche, Nessa, Dunguva, or the Damanashi in the Lang Tolia. Near the dark white vacation, but they in the Tamalo to the Java now, this one in and Sedilla in the Kiva, Shimala in the Deva, Kanda Disney said the Yungure. The time I ever in the ending of Disney Mecha in Yagayor. Disney Mecha in the John Cheshu, the Sula Ragior, Sozoranila Raya. Disney Cheva in the Kirtan Cheshu, the Sozola Ragior, the day Quebec get Tongue, Gazette, Tongue, in the Laland ever to talk to the Naronas, says Shuai. The mother me say Shuai, Mindu Tigita, Judom to see, Tigita. Tell some Leverton, never to that the Topsin Kela, but Hamzita, Dombezo, Sundo, Sushin to Kenya, Bacon, DJ, the Zoyo Chidara. Kazaba, Tada Tamje, Dagiji, Zoyo Chidar, Kazaba, Tada Tamje, Dagiji, Zoyo Chidar, Kazaba, Tada Tamje, Dagiji. Say Tamje did it in the Kelan, Simit Sawasam, Leberto Kajindara, and the meeting, Mendeshimbo.
Thank you.
Chela Dani Bulana, Cheji Lomar Suanda, Chaye Jani Jaduso, Hene Zamde Datendo, Chela Dani Bulana, Cheji Lomar Suanda, Chaye Jani Jadu, Deda the Batu, Tando Javani, Sime Badu the Travel, Niju, Temada Tanama Sunda Jevakone, Ongu Jimba. Jinde Homen Chasile Chedarjuma Shilewar Futubala, the Digo and the Rasi, Kajum Chile Jatubata. Telejum Kevata Saban, Sanjuni Murionso, Henji do Zavaraju, Sonam de Tonje, Tiaga Naji, Balon Juwa, Sebe Solen Jambe Bao, Jedra Jemba, Kondo Sambo, Tayante, Tada Quindi, Yawa Deda Tamje Rado, Tusun Sheve, Yawa Tamje, Gawa Kama Chu, Tagi Giveta Digunda, Sambo Juja Rado, Tamba Jiden Kanzo, Tamba Nishin. Tenzin Bolo Kindin Timba, Tamba Yuri Neve Joshi, Kanrira Korwe Shingansu, Pendan de Omami, Chere Simon, Tenzin Yazoi, Shabe Side Badu Tenga.
지금 서신이 맞아 하고 말하기 이게 무슨 대단한 시 머니스 쉬어지래 이 하고 하게 받아 야 쉐레 퓨니 받아 어느 이거 주장고 내 무슨 그렇게 부대나 쉬이 Before I get to the conclusion part of this auspicious event, and vote of thanks to come to all the volunteers and centers who helped us in making this event a successful one. Once again, on behalf of all the people gathered here and Tibetan Association of Colorado, President and Board members, I express my deep gratitude and thank you to His Holiness Sakya Gongma Rinpoche for blessing all of us here today with Lo-Gyama Jana initiation and water Kilaya empowerment. We are truly grateful and we felt deeply blessed, happy of your presence with us here today. Thank you so much. Now, I would like to thank all the following centers and individuals for volunteering with us in making this event a successful one. I have all the sponsors to thank in making this event successful, so thank you so much. I have second top of volunteers. I have second top of volunteers who, as you see, help us in setting up this stage and the ritual. And my thanks to Lo-Gyama from Rinpoche for his introduction and prepare yourself before you get the empowerment of Lo-Gyama. I would like to thank the Tibetan Association, Colorado, Vegan Class Administrator, teachers and volunteers. And all these teachers and volunteers, they work in teaching and taking classes without pay, and they have done, in futures too, they will be doing the same. So thank you so much for all your precious time you have been spending and you will be spending in future too. Thank you so much. I also thank the community building members, or we call Trichen members, who have been the members for the last 9 to 10 years. And I also thank Mr. Trichen, as you see standing in there, who has been helping us in recording and uploading the event's detail on social media. Thank you so much, Trichen. And I also take the pleasure of thanking Mr. Trichen, our volunteer accountant, for his great contribution in preparing required financial documents to facilitate bank loans for the new community hall. Thank you, Trichen. I have 64 members who made donation of $3,600 each towards the community hall, and I have 22 members and non-members who made donation ranging from $500 to $1,000, and finally I have 50 eligible Tibetan Association Colorado members who paid their seed money dues of $500. Last but not the least, a huge thank you to all Tibetan Association Colorado members and the President. Thank you so much. Thank you. Tisana kana manato yeta kana chile kune tse juni samye di kesere anti di kunju manato tsale mama tembe kya tanje kima kya runchi chogi kun chuga kedi yore an aro ani mana kishi ke din pe yore anti ni kenje di tsin ana manato de kit ani kana rotu nagane kana ani frequency pairs.
집에 그다 가와 있는 집이 따로 있는.
这时间看到any pada jiwa sila lebih sila pada dua kali di program Indonesia di Tibetan jawa siwo pada semua pada ya dari segi kau ya cara yang langsung any di dari segi jawa di mereka di Tibetan yang langsung itu cuma briefly, all of the offerings to His Holiness today, His Holiness has offer it back to the Tibetan Association of Colorado and asked us to use and receive it. Thank you so much again, once again. And then finally, His Holiness will be leaving the stage in a few. And we ask all the audience to stay in your seat because we will have an opportunity for you to come to the stage and offer your thoughts to the throne and also receive there are a few other blessings that you will be given as you go by this throne. And what we are going to do is we'll be in an orderly fashion. We'll start from this corner all the way around. And then, so that should yeah, so please stay seated. And then we'll have an orderly fashion of people approaching the throne. So as the Holiness prepares to leave the throne, please stay seated. Thank you.
also very event the sample with such a government there. And the Chile city and the Churu, the government and the next room
even necessary, we can move it over there, right? Got it? To it? Jadi, ini mana ada, dia pun, dia pun sudah